What is up, bros and broettes? I am Inkslasher 44, and today is probably the most important episode of Modern Warfare Versus that's going to happen the entire year. Why? Because these are the two god perks. These are the two perks that have been removed from Call of Duty from the past because they were considered to be so good. We've got Stopping Power versus the good old that everyone hates, Juggernaut. So these two perks are both second tier perks in Modern Warfare Remastered, and they are probably two of the best perks to ever be in a Call of Duty game. The reason why they were taken out of Call of Duty is because they were so damn good. There was no other perks that could really compare to these two because they helped you survive or help you kill people. So today we're going to be talking about what these perks exactly do, the situations you want to use either of them, and then which one is generally going to be better. By knowing this will help you improve your kill death ratio, help you play better, and in almost every situation just help you out. So what exactly do these perks do? So I did mention this earlier in another video, but I will be going into a lot more depth in this video. By the way, there's going to be a pretty good amount of math in this video, so just bear with me. I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. So first things first, Stopping Power. What does Stopping Power do? So the most basic thing it does is increase your damage. It increases your damage by 40%, which is a pretty solid amount. But what this is going to do is it's going to make it so that every gun takes one bullet less to kill. For example, if you're using the M16, probably the most used gun in Modern Warfare, if you're using the M16, normally you're looking at a 3 to a 4 bullet kill. However, if you throw Stopping Power on there, all of a sudden you are looking at a 2 to a 3 bullet kill, because at short range, it's 40 damage. A 40 damage weapon is bumped up to a 56 damage. At long range, you are looking at 30 damage normally. With the 40% increased, that is bumped up to a 42 damage normally. Therefore, it's bumping it from a 3 to a 4 bullet kill to a 2 to a 3 bullet kill. Same with if you're looking with a less damage weapon. A weapon that's normally a 4 to a 5 bullet kill is going to be a 3 to a 4 bullet kill. Basically, in the most basic way possible, what Stopping Power is doing is reducing the bullets to kill by 1 in the most basic way possible. So that is basically what Stopping Power does. Now, what does Juggernaut do? So Juggernaut, first of all, does not give you more health. That is the most common misconception about Juggernaut, and it is because that is what the description of it is. But what Juggernaut actually does is decrease the incoming damage, and this works with both any weapon, so any ballistics, and also grenades, RPGs, so explosions and bullets. So it decreases the incoming damage by 25%. So the easiest way to find out how much damage a weapon is going to do is take the incoming damage and find out what 75% of that is. Because 75% is just 100% minus the 25% that it's reducing. So that's how you find out how much damage a certain weapon is going to do against Juggernaut. So again, let's take that M16 and find out how much damage it would normally do without Stopping Power against someone with Juggernaut. So normally without Stopping Power, an M16 does 40 damage up close and 30 at long range. So this would be reduced when you calculate what 75% of that damage is. So you're shooting someone with Juggernaut, it'll deal 30 damage up close and 22.5 at long range. What this equates to is 1 more bullet to kill. So that 3 to 4 bullets to kill would transition to a 4 to a 5 bullet to kill. So Juggernaut does the exact opposite of Stopping Power, where Stopping Power reduces the bullets to kill by 1, Juggernaut increases the bullets to kill by 1. So let's do some math and figure out what a Stopping Power weapon would do against someone using Juggernaut. Alright, so we'll use the M16 as an example again, and in this situation, you are using the M16 with Stopping Power shooting someone who is using Juggernaut. So the math works out like this. So you start by dealing 40 damage up close normally with an M16. Plus you gotta add your 40% extra damage for Stopping Power. So this bumps the damage you're doing up to 56 damage. However, when you're shooting someone using Juggernaut, you are only going to do 75% of that total damage to them. So what this equates to is dealing about 42 damage to the person with Stopping Power. So it's just very slightly more than the normal amount of damage, the normal 40 damage you would do up close. Now, similarly at long distance, normally you deal 30 damage, you add your 40%, take off your 25%, finding what 75% of that damage total will be, and that equates to about 31.5 damage. Now, this works with pretty much every single weapon in the game. What this is going to do is give you 1 or 2 extra damage on top of your normal weapon if you're using the stopping power. What this does is it makes it so it's the exact same bullets to kill as it would normally be if you're not using stopping power on someone who is not using Juggernaut. So using these two perks against each other just completely negates them. It crosses each other out and you're at your normal bullets to kill. So who wins the gunfight if you were using the same weapon, one person is using stopping power and one person is using Juggernaut? In that case, you're actually completely even. You're on a complete level playing field because there's no case where you'll be using stopping power, they'll be using Juggernaut. Your bullets to kill will be the exact same for both people, which means your time to kill will be the same, and therefore you're on a completely level playing field. Except for 2 situations. First of all, Juggernaut, like I said earlier, also reduces damage of explosions. So if you're in a lobby where people are using a lot of grenades, RPGs, noob tubes, stuff like that, Juggernaut will actually help you defend yourself against that, because remember, in Modern Warfare, there is no blast shield. There is no way for you to reduce the incoming explosive damage except for Juggernaut. Vice versa, stopping power will actually improve your bullet penetration, and here's why. So let's say again you are using an M16, and up close the amount of damage coming out of your weapon by the time that bullet hits the wall will be 56 damage if you're using stopping power. If you're using Juggernaut, it'll be 40 damage that hits that wall. So what the bullet hitting the wall will actually do is that bullet hits the wall, it will reduce the damage that that bullet does through the wall. So if your bullet hits the wall doing 56 damage, let's say 40 damage gets through that wall. If your bullet hits the wall doing 40 damage, by the time it gets through that wall, it may deal 30 damage. So that's going to reduce your bullets to kill by 1, whereas you'll be doing more damage by the time that bullet gets through the wall with stopping power. Whereas Juggernaut, you're dealing less damage. So with stopping power, you're going to have more wall penetration. With Juggernaut, you're going to have less wall penetration. With Juggernaut, you're going to be able to reduce the damage of explosions. With stopping power, you're not. Alright, so which one of these perks is better? When do you use them? When don't you use them? How does this wrap up? So in the most basic sense, stopping power is going to be your better perk, and here's why. So normally, stopping power is an aggressive perk. It is going to help you get more kills faster. If you are shooting an enemy using stopping power, and your teammate is also shooting that enemy, and they are not using stopping power, you are going to be more likely to kill that person because you're dealing more damage. So you're going to get more kills because of it. Juggernaut is a passive perk. It's going to help you not die. That might not make you a better player, it's just going to make you die less. So you're not going to get more kills because of it, and let's be honest, the point of Call of Duty is to get those kills. So stopping power is going to be a little bit better. However, there is situations where Juggernaut will be the better perk. And actually, to be honest with you, there's actually quite a few situations where Juggernaut will be the better perk. First of all, if you're using a shotgun, you should probably use Juggernaut, because first of all, shotguns deal massive amounts of damage up close anyway. Stopping power doesn't help them as much as it helps other guns, and also by using Juggernaut, you're going to be able to get in closer to those people because it's harder for them to kill you. So when using a shotgun, it's a pretty good idea to use Juggernaut. If you get into a lobby where everyone on the other team is using sniper rifles, what this does is, again, Juggernaut's going to reduce that bullet to kill by 1, so all of a sudden, even with stopping power and the entire enemy team using M40s, they have to get a headshot to get a 1 bullet kill. So it makes it so that their sniper rifles are going to be 2 bullet kills, which, if you ask any sniper out there, is incredibly, incredibly frustrating. So if everyone's using on the other team an M40, throw on that Juggernaut, it completely counteracts them using a sniper, and all of a sudden you're going to have a huge advantage over them. Also, there is 2 weapons where stopping power doesn't really help them that much. The M14 and the M60. The reason being, it's the damage that they deal. So these 2 weapons deal 50 damage over most of their range. The M60 deals 50 damage up to 25 meters, and the M14 deals 50 damage up to 37.5 meters. So that's the majority of gunfights you're going to get into. Now with these, using stopping power is not going to reduce your bullets to kill. You are still going to have 2 bullets to kill. The only situations where it may help you is, again, bullet penetration, and if you're extremely far away from your target. That's the only way that stopping power will actually help those weapons. But most of your gunfights are going to be within that 2 bullet kill range anyway. Stopping power will not help you, and it's actually more beneficial with those 2 weapons to use Juggernaut. Now, there are other weapons that deal 50 damage, like the Scorpion, but the Scorpion only deals that 50 damage up to like 5 meters. So after that, you want to be using Stopping Power with that weapon. Or double tap, but we'll talk about that another day. And the situations where you want to use Stopping Power, pretty much every other weapon in the game, especially sniper rifles. The M40 is only going to be a 1-bullet kill if you're not using Stopping Power to the head and neck, whereas if you're using Stopping Power, you get the whole upper torso, so a much larger target to shoot at. So therefore, every other weapon other than shotguns, M14, and M60, you want to use Stopping Power. With the M14, M60, shotguns, and against sniper rifles and explosions, you want Juggernaut. That is the most basic way to look at it, and that will help you out immensely. So, I know it was a lot of math, but I hope this helped you out. I gave you all the situations you should use Juggernaut, all the situations you should be using Stopping Power, and that should really help improve your kill death. So, like I said, I know it was a lot of math, but if this video helped you out, it would be really greatly appreciated if you could hit that like button. It always does help out my channel, and I put a lot of work into this video, so this would be a great one for you to hit that like button if you enjoyed. But also, if you're new to the channel, you can hit that subscribe button. I upload new Call of Duty videos every single day of the week. And if you like what you see here, you may be interested in my Twitch, Twitter, or Let's Play channel, which are all down in the description, which you can check out down below. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and until next time, peace out.